I have been completely seduced by the cult of Pelikan. I consider myself a Pelikanista now. And one of the reasons is this amazing fountain pen. This is the Pelikan M805 with the metal sleeve. And there is so much that I want to share with you about this amazing fountain pen. So join me today, won't you, as I get into the geometry of writing with the Pelikan M805. There is a beauty to repetition, a beauty to repetitive patterns. There's also a beauty in useful things. Here, in this fountain pen, is where you see the two come together. In India, there are these ancient stepwells. And what these are carved subterranean spaces designed to capture water, but brought to an extreme of beauty and form, with amazing stairwells that seem to rise and fall in rhythms of right angles. Absolutely beguiling, beautiful spaces. Looking at them from above, you see shadow and light coming together in magical and interesting ways. They appear almost impossible. There is this geometry to them that feels complex, like Islamic tile. When you look at them, you see the precision. There's something almost seductive and hypnotic about their form. These are formed by steps after steps, which you can see the line and the line. Can you imagine walking down these? It's a very disciplined pattern, and as you see its repetition, it starts to feel infinite, as if it could repeat forever. I get the same feeling when I'm holding the Pelikan M805 metal sleeve fountain pen. This incredible laser-cut ectoskeleton of a form that embraces this pen and plays tricks with positive and negative space. Certainly the metal takes up the space, but you can see through this pen, and that gives you a sense of lightness, of light that passes through. And there is a repetitive pattern here that almost makes you feel as if its patterns are non-resolving. It's equally dazzling, delightful, and it's evocative of space and architecture. So it's no surprise that my mind went to these Indian stepwells. But that's not the only thing that I thought was echoed in the form of this pen. I would like to thank my good friend Joost Appelboom of Appelboom Pens for sending me this glorious Pelikan M805. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate your support so much, and I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share this amazing pen with my viewers. Thank you. The Pelikan M805 reminds me of another structure, influenced by the Chand Baori of India. This is in New York City and created by Thomas Heatherwick. It is an inversion of these subterranean, interconnected, geometric shapes. The other thing that this pen reminds me of is the vessel in Hudson Yards in New York City.
New York City.
The vessel is such an interesting and ambitious thing. It's sculpture as architecture. It's not really a building. It doesn't serve any purpose other than being beautiful and interesting. And it's too large to be an object of art. It's also a structure that seems filled with movement and energy without actually moving at all. This is also echoed in this pen. The stairs here rise in an immersive geometry. Repetition turned upward. Geometry transformed into a sense of transcendence, expanding ever upward, lifting you up toward the light. And that's what's sort of interesting about the vessel. It's open at the top as if it's beckoning you, inspiring you to rise. And that's what brings me back to the Pelikan M805. You know me and fountain pens. These are my passion. These are my inspiration. This is a fountain pen that inspires you to be creative. It starts in a geometrical form. It almost dares you to be precise, to start thinking in form, thinking in movement, thinking in poetry. Poetry is linked almost mathematically in rhythmic syllables and rhyming words.
You said that sentence got away from you.
It got away from me, yeah.
This is beauty in repetition. So let's start talking about this pen with the most obvious thing, and that is this concentric outer sleeve that embraces this pen like some glorious chainmail jacket over the transparent barrel of the pen. And if you look at the design of this, it sort of reminds you that interesting design doesn't always have to be at monumental scale. This echoes the vessel, and it's almost the way that if you look at the pattern in a leaf, it echoes the pattern of a tree. And with this is that theme again of a repetition of pattern, of the beauty of repetition, of rhythm, of form. But in this case, you can hold it. You can hold something beautiful. You could never hold a stepwell. You can't hold the vessel, but you can hold this pen in your hand. You can allow yourself to be beguiled by it, to be inspired by it, to help it free your thoughts into the creative. The Pelikan M805 has a disciplined geometry that just feels somehow full of energy and movement. Fine laser cut lines run along the body and barrel. It's very ordered. They're parallel, they're restrained, they're raised, and they're tactile. They are rendered beautifully. It also has some contradictive ideas with it. It adds weight, it has some substance, yet it feels oddly airy because you can see through it. So it's perfect for an ink view window, which I love. I love any pen that you can see through. And on a Pelikan in the 800 series, oh, that's just too interesting. Just too good to pass up. And I feel like this ink view window hints at the older forms of Pelikans, either having an ink view window at the bottom or the old translucent body style. This goes one step further. This fountain pen has very little to hide. You can see the piston, you can see into it. I love it. Can you tell? And there are ideas here in what I've related to before. In India, in the stepwells, you are going down to get a collection of fresh water. Here you have a reservoir of ink, a place where you are diving into to get fresh ideas, to transform that ink into line, into words that represent your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, your love letters, your lists, your productivity. It all comes out of that reservoir. Very similar. So in another sense, like the vessel where you're rising, a pen inspires you. It lifts you up to be your best self, to make connections, to send a letter to someone where you can forge a deeper friendship or leave a lovely little note for your spouse or whatever it is, maybe a secret message in a book that you return to a library. There are so many different ways to be a better person, and through fountain pens, we can literally become better people because writing really connects us. And writing certainly connects us with ourselves. And I like to believe, and I think I'm right in this, that it helps us to connect with our best selves. So as you write, this disciplined geometry rests against your hand, so you're both free from it, but you're also transmitting something through it. And I love that concept. And remember, your pages are fulfilled by writing on them. Your pens are also fulfilled by writing with them. It's easy to take a fountain pen like this, a gorgeous pen like this, and to cherish it and not to use it. But there's something sad about that. This fountain pen needs to reach its full potential the same way that you do, through journaling, through self-discovery. This fountain pen wants its nib to be rubbed against paper to form words. That's the joy in its purpose. So as you write, the light will shift across this pen, giving it a different depth, different shadow, and it reminds me also of that process of putting a little mark on a page, looping it together, tying it into a word in your own particular manner that is unique to you through your handwriting, whether it's looping, dramatic, airy, cursive, or much more disciplined, arched, almost architectural print. It doesn't matter how you write, only that you do. And it's always the little strokes, just like the bit of geometry here that repeats, that adds up to very complex but interesting ideas, patterns, words, paragraphs, pages, chapters if you're lucky, and if you're luckier still, perhaps a book, a tome, a complete filled journal. That is amazing to me, and the right fountain pen will give you that sort of inspiration. But now that's all sort of the esoteric stuff, the side of it like that. These are the things that I obsess over and enjoy about our hobby of fountain pens. But there's a practical side to this fountain pen as well. So let me present to you some of the more grounding specs of this glorious fountain pen. This pen is a Pelikan M800 series. So it has that perfect proportion that you've grown to love, I'm sure. It's about 141 millimeters from top to bottom. The pen itself, freed from the cap, is 127 millimeters. It weighs 34 grams, which is a good weight, not too terribly heavy. I think you get to 50 grams, you start to, probably build up your biceps a little bit. But this is a good weight to feel substantial without distracting you or feeling too heavy to glide. It also holds a capacious 1.5 milliliters of ink, in this case, Yamabudo. I don't think I have ever filled a fountain pen in my life without getting my hands dirty. And I think for the first time ever, that's what happened. I just filled this fountain pen with Yamabudo in a bottle that didn't have that much left. And those, those bottles are a little tippy, little bit. And I was able to do it. Let me show you my other hand too, just so you know I'm not a lefty, without getting my hands inky. I mean, I am a founding member of the Inky Hand Society. So, every time I fill a pen, I get at least a spot of ink on my hands. And I just felt like I had to share it. The nib is absolutely glorious, as all Pelikan nibs are. This one is 18 karat gold, rhodium plated. It almost glows. It almost has an internal energy source of its own. It is fun to write with. You're going to notice how the light plays off of it, how the light from the body shines through down to the nib. It is just a beautiful pen with playing with light and shadow. And this version is a fine nib, which is a fantastic nib to choose for Pelikan, because I think you know that Pelikan has an incredible robust flow of ink, and the fine nibs tend to rein it in a little. So it makes it a bit more precise, and it makes it a little more of an all-around everyday pen. Do I recommend it as an everyday pen? Why not? If it inspires you. You certainly don't want to leave it anywhere. It is so beautiful. Even the top, just sort of silvery gold, just dazzling, beautiful. Everything's here. You get that amazing Pelikan face clip that's so charming, but also has these echoes of Art Nouveau stylized sort of organic form, just beautifully elongated, well rendered, shiny black cap. Just an interesting pen in black and silver. Gorgeous. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of the things I love about Pelikans, and one of the things that really won me over about them is that they do protect their caps. The metal's right here where it should be at the end of the cap. So that's a nice touch. I do hate to see chips at the edge of any cap. So writing with this fountain pen is pure joy. The fine nib is brilliant. I love using this. I take it to work and I use it quite often when I journal. So who am I when I use this fountain pen? This is definitely one of those times when I want to be beguiled by a beautiful pen, and that is often. And it's great on a weekend if you find a nice, cozy, comfortable spot in a local cafe where you can do a bit of people watching, have a nice cappuccino and a croissant while you're doing your journaling and catching up on the week and getting yourself focused, maybe getting ready for your next work week with some productivity tips, and using a fantastically gorgeous and beautiful pen to do so. This fountain pen is absolutely perfect and inspiring for that. You know, I understand that many people think of pens simply as tools. To me, they're poetry in action. Just the way they write, the smoothness, the inspiration that it pulls from me. I am certainly at my best creatively when I'm writing with a fountain pen. I almost know no other way. And I know a lot of what I talk about is very poetic, but it's hard for me not to make connections. It's just how I see the world. I connect things that I feel are related, and sometimes they're from very different disciplines. But to me, it's very real, and I learn things through these kinds of connections. So each time I look at this fountain pen, I think of the vessel at Hudson Yards, and I think of that feeling that you get when you stand in front of it. It seems oversized. It seems to lift you up. I've never seen the stepwells in India except in one of my favorite movies, The Fall, which I absolutely love, and if you haven't seen it, please seek it out. It is fantastic. But they are so beautiful in their repetitive patterns. And I think you have repetitive patterns here, repetitive patterns there, repetitive patterns in poetry, in art, all around us, certainly in nature. The study of form is in itself so inspiring, and much of what we are after when we write with our fantastic pens. So I do feel that we as humans, we express ourselves through repetitive forms, through aesthetics, through beautiful things. We love to share beauty with each other. I try to make my videos as beautiful as I can. This fountain pen is about as beautiful as you can make a fountain pen. I don't know, I just feel like there's something very heroic in creating something so beautiful, so beguiling, so inspiring that connects with these universal ideas of how nearly everything around us is composed of a repetitive form. And that the more you look for it, the more you see, the more the beauty that is discovered. And I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to leave a mark behind. We're trying to explain ourselves to the world. And I can think of no better way to do it than through an absolutely glorious and beautiful fountain pen like the Pelikan M805 with its laser cut metal sleeve. I will leave it there, but I'd love to hear what you think. Please let me know in the comments whether this is a Pelikan pen that you would consider and what you think of Pelikan and my video. Also, if you would, please subscribe. I'd absolutely love to have you on this journey with me. From the fountain pen, we go everywhere, truly. And if you want to support the channel even more, I have membership available as well. We have videos behind the scenes. There is a pen pal group too for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members, and you can get your name on the end credits. So stay tuned for those. You guys are the producers of the channel. So I make new videos all the time, and I have a live show each Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. So I can promise you one thing, and that is we will see each other again very soon, further up the road. So take care.